Hey everyone, I am going to mute you all and just explain how we do the meetings. So the meetings are all recorded. This is just the welcome meeting. I'm going to go over a couple of things, a couple of questions people have already asked. I try to wait to do this meeting. And then we have our Macros 101 meeting on Wednesday, and then we have a Q&A as well. So I'm just letting everybody in. Sandra, you look like you're done with your football now. Sandra joined, and so did Dawn actually joined the walk and talk that I do live on Facebook. Everybody's welcome to do that. We do that at 6:15 on Mondays. So I usually wait about 5 minutes. So the meeting will start at 7:05. I'm going to post in the group and remind everybody about the meeting. I'm glad you guys all saw where to go to get the Zoom information. I love seeing everybody getting set up in the app. That is awesome. I extended the invitation to current tribe members as well, if they wanted to pop on to the welcome meeting. Usually the welcome meeting doesn't have as many people as the other meetings. I'm just posting in both groups. So the welcome meeting is more of housekeeping. And I explain how I run the show, how I run your sessions, and kind of like a no filter, how I coach everyone. We have about 3 minutes before I actually get started. Anything I talk about is pretty much in the ebook, but I know a lot of times we don't really read through the ebook right away. And then there's things I say that are not in the ebook as well. Okay, people are still coming in. We have about 2 minutes before we get started. Welcome to those that are just popping on. Two more minutes. So if you are taking notes, that's awesome, but it's not necessary. Plus, this will be recorded, so you could always watch this again. If you refer to anybody and they haven't started yet, they still can get in until Thursday. And then they'll just watch the 2 meetings on record. All right, just another minute and then we get rocking and rolling. I just keep checking the messages, making sure everybody can get on. If you have friends that won't make it into this one, I'm doing a teacher and school employee shred tribe that's going to start in June as well, waiting for them to get out of school. I had a request to do one separate just for them. So you can join in on that one as well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, everyone. I am Coach Shannon. We are starting our shred into summer. Yay! So basically, this session runs for 8 weeks as of May 15th. So this whole week, and this past week that you guys got in over the weekend is just part of the pre-coaching. It's me letting you get familiar with the app, get familiar with the other apps that we're going to sync with the app. We'll get familiar with how I coach. I have a no filter approach. So the first thing I want to say to everybody is you are here because what you're doing currently or what you've done in the past is not working. So now you're going to give this program the opportunity to do its job. And it takes my coaching, but it takes your doing to get results. You get in what you put in, you get out what you put in. When we do the coaching, I do a lot of talking. We do weekly meetings every Wednesday at 7:15. And this week, it's not considered a weekly meeting because we're going to do the coaching, but they are recorded and we have topics. And if you go on the YouTube channel, there you can see all the topics. Right now, everybody on their dashboard, it should look like this. And I want to make sure that everybody has the correct app. Because if you're restarting and you use your old app, it's a different app. So everyone should have this right on their front page. If you do not see Facebook group, tips, YouTube, or ebook, please message me because we will need to delete that app and I will send you the new link for the correct app. Those are all very important links. The Facebook group, I post a lot of information in there that I don't post in the app because it's like just information like overtraining and just things for general public. And then the tips is a straight up sheet that you want to download and save. The YouTube channel has all the workouts that we do. I record them and it has the meetings. And then the ebook is super, super important. It has all the information you need to be successful in this program. In order to be successful, you need to make sure that you understand that it's all about eating. We're so used to saying, oh, I can't eat that. Oh, I don't want to eat that. Oh, I shouldn't be eating that. And it's not about that. It's about not having restrictions. It's about not being on a diet. It is about learning how to make new habits, create new habits, and carry out those habits so that you could take them with you forever and ever and ever. Amen. I love having people in here forever. I have people in here that have been with me for years, just because they like the accountability, they like the encouragements. And then I have people that are new in the program. But whatever you do after these 8 weeks, whatever you learn, you will take it forward with you wherever you go. There's nothing in here that says you have to eat this and you cannot eat this. There's nothing off limits. People have been messaging me. I don't know if I could do this. I like to have my wine. I don't know if I could do this. I have a wedding coming up. I don't know if I could do this. I'm going on vacation. That's all life. You're always going to have those obstacles. And it's always going to be, I'm going to start Monday. I'm going to start Monday. I'm going to start Monday. Stop the insanity. And you're here now. And we're going to focus and we're going to make it happen. And when you have all those things come up, we work right through them. We live our lives because we're changing our lives. Hold on, I'm just letting somebody else in. Okay, so if you're new, and I'm speaking to new people, so I'm not going to say if you're new. Everybody that downloaded the app should have gotten a message today asking what app you plan on using to track your food. You have Fitbit, you have MyFitnessPal, and you have in-app tracking. So Fitbit, you do not need the Fitbit wearable. You could just download the app and you sync it to my app. I send you instructions. Same thing with MyFitnessPal. If you've always used MyFitnessPal, you are more than welcome to continue using it. You do not need to upgrade to the premium MyFitnessPal. Keep the free MyFitnessPal. And then if you plan on using MyFitnessPal, I need to send you a link to connect your FitnessPal to my app. And then I will see everything you're doing. You have to follow all 7 steps that I send you so that I could see your diary, so I could see your food, so I could see your numbers. And that will come through the link I send you. If you have the not premium, you have the free version, and you can't scan your food anymore, I have a hack for you. So this you might want to write down. You're going to go to your settings. you're going to go to the country and you're going to change your country from USA to UK. The UK does not have to pay to scan their food. Nobody knows where you live. So that's the hack. Change it so you can keep scanning your barcodes. It's awesome. It works, I promise. And then I have in-app tracking. In-app tracking is directly in my app. One of the best parts about in-app tracking is it gives you food options. It gives you recipes. Not only does it give you recipes, but it gives you high protein, low protein, high carb, low carb. Do you want to use the air fryer? Do you want to cook? Do you want easy? There's so many options, and it's all discoverable only if you use in-app tracking. That being said, I do have groups in the app, which you guys don't see yet. Recipes, amazing food finds, cheat sheets. You're going to be seeing all these groups as the week progresses. I just don't put you in them right away because I don't want to overwhelm you with all the information. So everything is baby steps, and that's why we start a week early so that everybody slowly starts getting into everything. If you decide you want to do in-app tracking, which I have people loving, Lauren Kay, who's on here, she loves the in-app tracking. She takes pictures of her food, journals it, and tracks. So I get to see the yummy salads that she eats. She had a really good salad today I looked at. There's a group in my app that says how to use it. And I'll put you in there so you can learn how to use it. But it's come a very long way, and it's a really good app to use for tracking if you decide to do in-app. The differences between the three. In-app tracking is simultaneous, instantaneous, automatic. Fitbit is fast to sync, and MyFitnessPal is snail mail. Sometimes it's quick, and sometimes it's not. So sometimes you're like, holy crap, I don't see my lunch and it's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I have no idea what I'm doing. You're going to message me. There's something wrong. And I'm going to tell you to hit manually sync. You have to remember that this is all technology, and it has hiccups. Stuff happens. And we have to forgive for all those things because it's technology. I have no control over if the app goes down or MyFitnessPal has an issue or whatever the case may be. But those are the three options for food tracking. And I need to know before Thursday which one you choose to use, because I'm working on your customized macros programs individually for every single one of you. And when you have that, you're going to see it on that dashboard, all your numbers, and you're going to get a 17-page report about your numbers. But you won't be able to track your food for it to hit my app if I don't know which one you're going to do, because I have to switch it all over. Give me a thumbs up. Everybody understands that. I need to know by Thursday which app you're using. Awesome. Okay. We weigh in every single Monday. Every Monday, when you wake up in the morning, you weigh in. If you've traveled and you're flying, do not weigh in when you come home. It'll drive you bonkers. When you fly, you usually gain about 2 pounds of water retention. That's not fat, but to us, when the scale moves, no matter what, it could be air, it freaks us out. So if you travel, you don't have to weigh in on that Monday. I always say push it 2 days after you return from flying. Not necessarily car trips. It's mostly about the flying. Every other Monday, we do photos. The photos are only for you and I to see. No one else sees them. You will be doing yourself a disservice if you do not take photos. And I say this because when you are tracking macros, it's all about body transformation. So you might not see the scale move 1 or 2 weeks, but you're going to see the inches. And the only way to see the inches is either finding an outfit that you're going to use every week to try on to see how it feels, and by the photos. In the app, I want everybody to pull their app open, if you can. You're going to click on the little pink circle with the plus sign. And there you're going to see workout, activity, meal, appointment, photos, body stats. The meal is where you would actually log food if you're using in-app tracking. The body stats and the photos, if it's not on your to-do list or calendar, that's where you would go for it. But if you click out of that, this person's logged their food, but you'll see 10K steps daily. And you'll see drink half your body weight in water daily. Yes, everybody sees that. Right underneath it is where you're going to see on Monday coming up, weigh in and photos. When you click on that, it'll take you to do it. So you don't have to do the circle, but if there's a day you want to weigh in and it's not asking for it and you don't know how to log it, that's where you would go. So I only ask for you to weigh in every day. I mean, every week. Please do not weigh in every day. If you are someone that weighs in every day, do not put it in the app every day. It'll drive me insane. It'll drive you insane. And every time somebody weighs in, I get a notification. There's 177 people in the app. If everybody weighed in every day, I would lose my mind. Plus, your body fluctuates within a 48-hour time period, which is why we weigh in the same time every single week. We use the same clothing. When you do your photos, I'm just gonna, my sister doesn't mind, and I'm gonna pull up all her stuff. We'll use her as an example. She's not on here right now, but my sister, my older sister, keep that in mind. So this is what the app will look like when you start tracking. That's what you're gonna see, those bars. This is a perfect tracking. She tracks every single day. She's been doing it for, she's almost down 100 pounds. But she tracks every single day. And when you do your photos, it shows right underneath 3 photos added today. And then you see she did her weigh in the check mark. That's how I know she did it. And then you can see her photos that she added. So when she clicked on it, it automatically brought her there. It's all going to be on your dashboard. You don't have to look for anything as far as that's concerned. When you go in to add a photo, it's going to show you something. So this was my sister's first photo ever. Okay. And I'm allowed to share this. I have permission. This is her first photo ever. That's her side, first photo ever. The cool thing about my app is once you put your photos in, you touch this button and it will give you a side-by-side comparison of weight from the first picture every single time you take a photo to, you guys ready for this? Your last photo. How amazing is that? So you guys can compare it as often as you want. That's the front. And I'm going to be adding you to a group tonight that's called Transformations and Badasses. And you're going to see transformations from so many people that have been in my Shred Tribe. I know Danielle is on here. She's had an amazing transformation. Dawn has an amazing transformation. It's very cool to see comparing them side by side. You guys all gave me a goal weight, right? In the consultation form. When I put your goal in the app, it's going to be 10-pound increments. So Penny, you might have said, I want to be I'm totally pulling this out of the air. I'm 140 pounds and I want to be 110 pounds. I'm not going to put your goal weight 110. I'm going to put 130. And every time you hit 10 pounds, I drop it and I drop it. And that's because we celebrate our wins. Every 10 pounds is amazing. And they add up to that big goal that you want to lose. But if I put your 140 and you want to be 110, that number is like far away. And you're like, holy shit, this is going to take forever for me to get that. But if I do 10-pound increments, you're like, oh my God, I only have another pound and I hit 10 pounds. And you feel good, it's motivating. The other way is very demotivating. So I don't do that. So before you all freak out when I put your goal weights in this week, keep in mind, it is 10-pound increments. And I'm going to know who watched this meeting or not when I do that, because people are going to message me and say, but I said I want you to lose 40 pounds. And I'm going to say, but I said to watch the video. So, and that's one thing about these videos. If I ask you guys for something or talk about something and then you ask me, I always say you need to go watch the video. No Zooms are more than 40 minutes. And obviously you don't have to watch me. I'm very animated, but you don't have to watch me. You can just listen to it in your car if you can't make it to a meeting. I usually post them that night. Okay, so I talked about weigh-ins, habits. Everybody has 2 habits. The first one is, and they're both non-negotiables, get 10,000 steps in every day. Now, if you are a surgeon or you are a massage therapist or something that totally, it's impossible for you to get 10,000 steps in, I will drop it to 8,000. Eventually you will get up to the 10,000 because it's motivating to do that. But I don't want anybody to be overwhelmed to feel like they have to hit the 10,000. I get it. It's hard to do that right away. So just message me and be like, hey, Shannon, I really don't think I'm gonna be able to hit the 10K. This is what I do for a living, or, you know, I take care of my mom all day, or whatever it is. And I'll drop it down for you. The second habit, which is a non-negotiable, this one, there's no room. You are drinking half your body weight in water in ounces every day. If you weigh 100 pounds, you're drinking 50 ounces of water. If you weigh 200 pounds, you're drinking 100 ounces of water. Now, when I say water, it does not have to be plain water. It could be Hint waters. It could be LaCroix. It could be Crystal Lights. You can put stuff in your water to make it taste better. People used to say it can't be coffee. Coffee is a diuretic. It will dehydrate you. So I prefer you not using it as majority of your water. You really want to drink water to cleanse your system. But fluids, super important. Half your body weight in water. Nothing with sugar. That doesn't count as water. Nothing with fats and nothing with carbs. Nothing with protein. So protein shakes don't count as water. And I should say this, it's so funny, Julie, that you just did that. Every time I talk about water, everybody drinks their water. You'll see it in all the meetings. I'm like, don't forget, drink your water. Everybody's like, cheers. Which is awesome. That might be something I'm going to start. Cheers. Okay. I already talked about not instantaneous. Okay, so when I'm doing your numbers, I calculate your macros, and it is a guaranteed science. If you follow the macros that I give you, your proteins, your carbs, your fats, within 10 grams over or under, you will see your body change. Now, I calculate it at 1 pound per week of loss, because the slower you lose it, the longer it stays off. It's easier to maintain. The biggest loser, remember how much weight they were losing, blah, blah, blah. They all gained their weight back. They're being sued because they were losing weight so fast. You don't have to raise your hand unless you want to. Think about how many times you've done crash diets. You've done the Optavia, the keto, the don't eat carbs, don't eat fats. I mean, LA weight loss, all those things. I've done them all. And then you gain the weight back after you lost the weight really fast, and you gain back more. This will not let you do that. I see a hand go up, Dawn's hand. This will not let you do that because I'm teaching you how to eat, and we're doing it slowly. So some people might lose 2 pounds in 1 week. Some people might lose 3 pounds. Some people might lose 1/4 pound, but I've calculated it at 1 pound. In an 8-week period, you should lose typically between 4 and 8 pounds. Now, Lauren Kay has been doing the program for like 6 weeks, maybe. I don't even think that, maybe 4 or 5 weeks. And she's down 10 pounds. I'm using her because she's on here. And it's true. And I was like, is this true? I messaged her. I'm like, did you really lose 10 pounds already? But it happens. Some people lose it faster than others. I'm never comparing you to somebody else. You are your biggest competition, but I give shout outs to show you guys that it can be done. So you'll see me say, great job, Penny, down 10 pounds, 4 weeks, but or whatever, 8 weeks, nice work, whatever. That is to motivate you, to let you know that anything is possible. I couldn't figure out why everybody looked so dark. I thought it was me, and then I just realized my dimmer was on. So now you guys all look normal and bright. Okay, that's much better now. When you get your macros, first thing you're gonna do is be like, holy shit, there's no way I can eat all this protein. Shannon has no idea what she's doing. I'm gonna gain weight with all these carbs. Carbs are your friend. I promise you, the numbers I give you will work. if you stick to it. If you are on the program Monday through Friday, you're not on Saturday and Sunday, you're going to take 4 steps forward, you're going to take 3 steps back, you're going to get frustrated. It is something you do every day, and it will become part of your world, part of your life. And you'll see that when I bring you in with the whole meeting with everybody in there and I ask everybody to raise their hands, you'll see what I'm talking about. But eventually it will become like your second nature. It will be frustrating at first. I totally get it. I used to be 242 pounds. I started tracking macros. It was the hardest thing I ever did. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do this. And I know you guys have seen pictures of me, so you know I'm not lying. I wanted to cry. I wanted to throw in the towel. There's so many times I was shoving food down my mouth to get all my food in. I lost 100 pounds and I've kept it off, and it's going on like 17 years. And that's why I coach it now, because I know it's a challenge, but I also know it's achievable. It's frustrating, which is why I'm here to help you. Remember, you're paying me to be your coach. So please, please, please don't feel bad messaging me, asking me questions. I will get this all the time. Coach Shannon, I'm so sorry to bother you, but, or Shannon, I hate to bother you, but if you are bothering me, then I should not be in this business. I am here because I love what I do. I love helping everybody. It is my passion. Macros are fun for me. They'll be fun for you too one day. I call it macros Tetris, because when you need protein, but you don't have any carbs or fats left, you're like, what the hell am I going to do? And I'm like, do this, do this, do this. You're like, oh my God, why didn't I think of that? And a lot of times it's super simple. You just need somebody to walk you through it. And then you're like, oh, I got this. And then it gets really quiet in the app after like the first 3 weeks of a new session. And I'm like, why is it so quiet? What's going on? And then I realize everybody's getting it. And I'm messaging in the app, does anyone need my help? What are we doing? What's going on? Everybody's like, nope, got it. Nope, got it. The first 2 weeks, I'm going to message you guys every day and say, can I review your macros? Can I review your log? Let's look at what you got. Let's figure out how to get you to hit your numbers. I'll put a post out. Who wants me to look at their numbers? If you don't say me, I'm going to think that you're doing good. And then I'm going to see the weigh-in, and then I'm going to wonder, should they have messaged me? Should I have looked at their numbers? That's why I'm here, to help you, to coach you, to educate you, to encourage you. And you are here to stay engaged and be accountable for what you're doing. If you have an Apple Watch, we can sync your Apple Watch to my app. You just need to let me know. If you don't have an exercise wearable, it is not a big deal. You can manually log your workouts. You can manually log what you're doing. If you don't know how many steps you're getting in, there's no way, I can't make you go get something to count your steps. But they do sell pedometers on Amazon for like $10 if you don't want to get a wearable, like a watch thing. Every Monday, 6:15, we do the 30-minute walk and talk. And then at 7 p.m., we'll be doing the workout. It's a 30-minute workout. You do not have to join if you do not want to. We use resistance bands. I have Shannon Shred Tribe bands that I sell. There's 5-pack. They look like this. You see that? They say Shannon Shred Tribe on it. There's every resistance. And if you already have bands, then you're ahead of the game. Oh, here, this one's not in the package. So they come 5 different resistances. 5-pack is $8. So if you want those, let me know. I'll send those out to you guys. And we use dumbbells. You don't have to use dumbbells. You could do it without dumbbells. People do however they want to do the workouts. It's on Zoom, so you don't have to be seen. You could do the names like you see everybody else, just their names. Hold on one second. I just got a notification about talking too much. Okay. So we talked about the 10-gram rule, super important. If I tell you you're eating 150 proteins a day, grams of protein a day, and I look at your log and you're at 120, that means you need to eat at least 20 grams more to be at 140, 10 grams over or 10 grams under. If I tell you you're eating 207 carbs and you're at 237, that means you're 30 over. So we're going to cut something out. Not, you didn't hit your number. Now, if you tell me look at your log and you've already had everything to eat that's in your log, then I can't go backwards and I can't say, all right, Maria, go ahead and stick your fingers down your throat because you shouldn't have had that to eat. So we try to be proactive. We're going to talk about that in the Macros 101 meeting. Everything is about planning ahead, being proactive, pre-logging before it goes in your mouth. You could have it in front of you, but know what you're eating and what the numbers are before you put it in your mouth. Because once it's past your lips, you cannot take it back. We're going to talk about if you have an event, we're going to talk about self-sabotage. We have topics every single week. We have a super fun meeting called Share and Tell, where somebody brings their favorite newfound macros food that helps them hit their numbers, and everybody brings it, they show it, they talk about it, and it goes in the YouTube. If you go on YouTube right now and you type in share, you're going to see tons of meetings for the past 3 to 5 years of that same meeting of the different foods. Everybody write this down. Food in my kitchen. Food in my kitchen. You're going to go on YouTube. The link is right in your shortcut. You're going to type in the search bar of my channel, Food in My Kitchen. And you will see a video of me that looks nothing like me because it was from years ago. But I pull out food all in my kitchen and I talk about tips, hacks, and things that you should have in your refrigerator that will help you hit your macros if you're short on numbers or over on numbers. Food in My Kitchen is one of the most important meetings that you can watch. I literally go in my refrigerator and pull stuff out. Okay, let's talk about messaging. So all messaging is done in app. You'll get a notification. If you don't know where the in-app messaging is, you would have already gotten messages from me. So if you haven't seen any messages from me, then you don't know where it is. I go to bed at 9 p.m. every night. I am up at usually 3:30 a.m. every day. Saturdays and Sundays, probably 5 or 5:30. If you message me at night, I'm not going to reply after 9 o'clock at night. I will reply to you in the morning when I wake up. If you call me after 9 p.m. at night, you better believe I will be calling you at 4 a.m. I will be mindful and respectful of your time. Please be respectful of my time. I will always be available for you from 5 a.m. until 9 p.m. at night. Always. If I don't reply back to you right away, it's because I'm either training a private client, coaching at Orange Theory, or teaching some sort of fitness class. But all those are 1 hour. So as soon as I'm done, I will message you back. Don't panic. I promise you, you will get return some kind of correspondence communication from me. A lot of times I'll say, hey, I'm going to be out of the pocket for 3 hours. I will message you back as soon as I'm done. You know, if I have 3 clients back to back or something. Nothing is an emergency. Although we seem to think when we're at a bar at 11 o'clock at night and we're not sure what we should be drinking, we message Shannon and say, hey, I'm out at Clematis. What should I have to drink? You know what you're going to get from me? Z, because I'm sleeping. I'm not in Clematis drinking. I'm sleeping. So please be proactive with that as well. If you know you're going out to a restaurant for dinner, or you know you're going to an event, message me, say, hey, Coach Shannon, I'm going here for dinner. What of these 3, what should I eat? And I'll say, well, what do you really want to eat? Because I'll never tell you what to eat. I will never say, Penny, Julie, Agam, you have to eat this for breakfast every day. You have to eat this for lunch every day. And you have to eat this for every day. Because you know what would happen? You would do it for 3 days. And then after 3 days, you're like, screw this. I am not eating 4 egg whites, a half a piece of English muffin, and a honeydew for breakfast. Because it'll get boring. You don't want to do that. And I shouldn't have to tell you what to eat. I want you to eat what you like to eat. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to practice tracking up until the day we actually start. And then we continue practicing every day. So this pre-coaching, you guys aren't really going to see any other of the Shred Tribe members unless they join on your meeting. So Wednesday night, we have our 7:15 Macros 101. That's where we're going to talk about tracking. how to hit your numbers. You'll all have your numbers by then, so you'll have something to look at when I speak about it. We'll talk about shout outs. We'll talk about adding workouts. If you don't have a wearable, if you don't sync your wearable, that's all going to be on Wednesday. On Saturday, we have a Q&A. Any questions that you guys have, I hold them till Saturday. If you don't have any questions, I have hundreds of questions from previous Shred Tribe sessions that I bring up and I bring back. And you're like, oh, I should have asked that. So I always have plenty of questions and answers to give you guys for that meeting. Yes, it's super important to be on the meetings live, but of course you can always watch them on Zoom. I've said that time and time again. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm going to go through my notes real quick. People will ask me if they're going to be able to use like their ideal nutrition programs, all that stuff. Yes, that's not a problem. We'll talk about that on Wednesday during tracking macros. The most important thing is you are not on a diet anymore. Bye-bye diets, no more yo-yo, no more restrictions. And I forgot to say this, if there's a habit that you want to create, or is there a habit that you want to stop doing, if you message me, I can add it to your personal program. On Monday, you're going to have a lot of new things added to your app for day one of the actual session. You're going to see workouts. You're going to see stretching sessions. You're going to see yoga. All these things are your choice. You do not have to do them, but they're at your fingertips. And they're all programs that I either put together or pulled together for you guys. You're going to see a lot more activity because I'm going to be adding you to a lot more groups in the app. Really quick, I'll read you a couple of the groups that we have in the app that we use. Right now, you're only in Shred into Summer, but we have daily fitness shout outs. We have nutrition shout outs, important announcements, Shred Tribe merchandise, memes and motivation, say it in public where we all put why we're here, amazing grocery finds. We have the Amazon shop that is Shred Tribe related. So everything, I have an Amazon shop. So if you go on my link, it takes you to Amazon and you'll see all the snacks and stuff like that that you can get directly through your Prime or whatever you have with Amazon. Transformation pictures and weigh-ins, that's what I'm going to add you to tonight. Recipes only. There's a group where everybody posts recipes. Cheat sheets. You guys are going to live by these cheat sheets. I'm going to be adding to that group on Wednesday. We have a Flex It and Flaunt It group where you post your flex picture. The in-app tracking I talked about. We have the Zoom meeting link, which is already in. Badass Shred Tribe transformations, which I'm adding you to tonight. There's a group called Sample Meal Plans. So I post what I eat and I put together 5 different sample meal plans, 1,200, 1,400, 1,600, 1,800, and 2,000 calories. There's a group for Costco and Trader Joe's. I have a recipe book. There's a link in the group for recipe book. There's a group for just protein options. There's a group for carb options. There's a group for workouts. And there's an alcohol group for helping with calculations for that. So lots of groups that you don't see yet that you will see. I have less than a minute, so I'm going to stop our meeting. Otherwise, I get cut off. I'll be adding you to the transformation groups tonight. Your homework is to let me know what app you're planning on using so I can set that up. My homework is to work on your programs. I am super excited to have you guys all in the Shred Tribe. Welcome. You are now Shred Tribe baddies, and you will be one for life. Have an amazing night. And remember, always be badass. Bye, everyone. Have a good night. See you Wednesday.